Hello, everyone. Welcome to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Today, let's talk about something that touches all of us, death. Now, I know just saying the word death might stir up a bit of discomfort. It's something we don't usually want to think about, much less talk about. In our daily lives, we push it aside, hide it behind rituals, euphemisms, distractions. But in the Buddhist path, death isn't a taboo. It's actually one of our greatest teachers, a gateway to deep wisdom and awakening. So, let's explore how the Buddha viewed death, how we can understand it, and most importantly, how we can face it, not with fear, but with clarity, peace, and even a kind of fearless joy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others on their path of discovery. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your reflections may spark meaningful conversations and mutual growth. Together, let's start our exploration. What is death? A continuation, not an end. First, what is death from the Buddhist perspective? In simple terms, death is the natural dissolution of the body and the temporary departure of consciousness from this form. It's not the end of you, but the end of a particular configuration of causes and conditions we call a person. The Buddha often reminded his disciples that what we call the self is not something solid, eternal, or independent. It's a collection of 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness, constantly changing, arising and ceasing moment by moment. In the Anatalaka Sutta, the Buddha says, "This is not mine. This I am not. This is not myself." When we truly see this, we begin to understand death is just another change. The body falls away. Consciousness moves on, following karma, like a traveler changing clothes. The Buddha faced death calmly. Let's turn now to the Buddha's own example. When the Blessed One was about to pass into final nirvana at Kusinara, he didn't resist. He didn't cling to life. He didn't express fear. Instead, he calmly gave his final teachings, lay down between the twin sala trees, and entered deep meditative absorption before passing. His last words were, "All conditioned things are subject to decay. Strive on with diligence." What a profound teaching. He's not saying death is tragic. He's saying, this is the way of all things. All formations fall apart. So, while we're alive, be mindful, be diligent, be awake. Don't waste time. Make full use of this life, making it meaningful. Contemplating death, a tool for liberation. Far from something to avoid, death is actually something the Buddha encouraged us to contemplate regularly. In the Pali Canon, monks and nuns were instructed to reflect daily. Marasati, I could die today. Why? Not to make us morbid, but to help us wake up. When we truly reflect on death, something shifts. The little dramas in our minds begin to fall away. What seemed urgent yesterday doesn't seem so urgent now. Our priorities align. We ask, what really matters? What kind of mind am I cultivating today if I might die tonight? It cuts through laziness, through self-importance. It brings us back to the present, and it reminds us every day is precious. Fear of death. Where does it come from? So, why do we fear death? It's natural, of course, but from a Buddhist perspective, that fear is rooted in delusion, especially the belief in a permanent, independent self. We fear losing me, this identity we've spent so long building. We fear the unknown. We fear non-existence. But Buddhism offers a middle way. It doesn't say we simply vanish into nothingness, nor does it say we remain unchanged. Instead, it teaches dependent origination. This mind stream continues, driven by karma, just as a flame passes from one lamp to another. The more we examine the illusion of a fixed self, the more the fear begins to dissolve. When there's no one to claim, what is there to lose? Death as a mirror, facing it with wisdom and courage. When we bring mindful awareness to death, it becomes a mirror. It shows us our attachments. It shows us what we've been avoiding. And it offers us a chance to let go, not just at the end of life, but every day. Think of all the many deaths we experience, the end of relationships, jobs, identities, even emotions. If we can learn to let go in small ways, we prepare ourselves to let go fully when the time comes. The Buddha compared this to a snake shedding its skin, or a leaf falling gently in autumn. Nature doesn't resist change. Why should we? In the Bhattacharya Sutta, the Buddha says, "Do not chase the past. Do not seek the future. Look deeply into what is happening now. For this moment is life. When we live fully in the present, we're already beyond death." Why? Because fear arises when we're caught in the idea of losing something in the future. But if we're here now, awake, open, present, there is nothing to lose. Just this breath, just this awareness. Rebirth and the journey onward. Of course, in Buddhist cosmology, death is not the end. It's a transition. Consciousness continues, shaped by karma, into another life. But let's be careful. Rebirth isn't about a soul jumping from one body to another. It's more like a wave arising on the ocean, formed by previous waves passing into the next. The karmic tendencies, habits, intentions, these carry on. That's why how we live matters. Death, then, becomes not something to dread, but something to prepare for, with our actions, our meditation, our intentions. As the Buddha said, Kama is the field, consciousness is the seed, and craving is the moisture. What we cultivate now determines the conditions of our next becoming. Practicing for death every day. So, how do we prepare? We don't have to wait for some final moment. We need to practice Dharma the very moment. We should cherish the human life as it is hard to get. We need to practice transcending samsara. Every day, we practice dying by letting go of anger, letting go of pride, letting go of me and mine. We practice generosity, giving away what we cling to. We practice stillness, learning to rest in awareness without grasping. And when we sit in meditation, letting thoughts rise and fall, isn't that a kind of practice for dying? We see things come and go. We learn to be okay with that. The Tibetan master Padmasambhava once said, "If you are not prepared for death now, when will you be?" A gentle encouragement. Dear friends, death need not be a dark, frightening thing. In the light of the Dharma, it's simply a change, an invitation to let go, to wake up, and to live fully. And when that moment comes, whether soon or far, may we face it with peace, not with clinging, not with fear, but with a smile of understanding and the confidence that we have practiced the path, cultivated the heart, and returned again and again to presence. Final words. Rest in the unborn. Let me close with a beautiful teaching from the Udna. There is, monks, an unborn, unbecome, unmade, unconditioned. If there were not, there would be no escape from the born, become, made, and conditioned. But because there is also an escape, that unborn, unconditioned reality. It's not elsewhere. It's here, right now, behind the rising and falling of all things. In that, there is no birth, no death, only peace. So let us rest there, friends, in that stillness, that clarity, that fearless wisdom the Buddha taught us so compassionately. Thank you for listening. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to Living Wisdom and Dharma World for more teachings on the path to enlightenment, which also allows the system to recommend to more people to the discovery. May your practice and pursuit of truth bring you wisdom, happiness, and liberation.